All right, what is up, guys? It is the Raw Vegan Warrior, and today I would love to introduce you guys to something very special. I'm with my soul family here, but first, before I introduce them, let me talk about my story with the Purium products that I've been taking lately. So, I've been a raw vegan for 5 years, and I've always been looking for that next level. When you first go raw vegan and you get off of the standard American, you feel so much better. You feel so amazing because you're no longer eating all that processed food. But me being a forward thinker, I get used to things. So after a year, I'm kind of bored. I'm like, okay, what next? How can I improve it? So then, I start making green juice and I buy a Green Star and I'm sprouting my nuts and I'm working out differently, and I'm always looking for that next forward step. So 5 years in, I felt kind of stagnant. I felt like I was hitting a wall. I felt amazing. I had good muscle. I had good energy, but I was looking for something more. And I felt like I was limited not by my awareness of diet because I knew what the best diet was, but I felt like I was limited by other people because they weren't growing the food the way I wanted it to be grown. So when I would eat these foods that were grown with, let's say, pesticides or with soil quality that's lower than what you would want, it felt like the soil was my limit because I was eating the best diet. So I went on a journey to source the highest quality food. And I was doing research
So
for
a panty bag
years.
was like $50.
Oh, I hear some noise. I was doing research for years on this company, Purium. And the more I looked into it, the more curious I got. I was hearing terms like volcanic ash lake bed and truly organic, no spray ever. So I ordered it and I went through 4 bags of Power Shake in 1 week. It's all I wanted to eat. And my hunger level drastically reduced. I felt a huge increase in energy. It took so much stress out of my life because I no longer had to sit by the juicer for 2 hours every single day. I could just throw it in a bottle and shake it up with water. And because it's a raw, dehydrated, living superfood, the water rehydrated it and it was ready to drink. And I finally just felt like I hit that next level. I was getting a wider spectrum of minerals. I knew that what I was eating was truly organic. And like I said, I went through 4 bags of Power Shake in a week. So I was dosing myself with a level of greens I simply was not able to do when I was buying them from the store because they're so much more expensive from the store. So money and time. I don't have time to be at the juicer for hours every day. So I just felt more deeply nourished, more energy than I ever have in my life. And it was a beautiful thing. So that's my story. And I would love to pass it to Alice so she can share hers and her experience with the products.
Thank you so much, Juan. It's so exciting because I love Juan because I spoke to him about this 2 years ago. I've been doing this for 2.5 years, and he spent 2 years researching, doing all the hard work so that other people don't have to. He wasn't quite ready, but I love it now that he says to me, I wish I'd done this when you brought this to me 2 years ago. And I'm like, but people have to be ready for this. And when they are, it's a game changer. And I definitely was ready. When Allison, who's on this call, she reached out to me 2.5 years ago, following a dark time in my life. I was going through a marriage breakup with an abusive partner. I lost my job. I had to move back in with my parents and COVID hit. So everything was seemingly in my life destroyed. And up to this point, I had been hugely into biohacking. I was looking into raw veganism. I was trying fruitarianism. I was looking at everything because I was so interested as to why I had so much anxiety and depression, why I had leaky gut. I wanted to become my own laboratory. I was like, right, the doctors don't know what's going on, so I'm going to figure it out. And I read more into organic food and raw food and whole foods, plant-based diet. And I got really into it. And it was doing a lot for my body, but there was still issues. And then of course, when all this happened in 2020 for me, my health issues got worse. Naturally, stress makes everything worse. So for me, it's always been about exploration. I know Juan's the same. It's like, I'm at this level of health, but how can I take it further? Or whatever it may be. A lot of us are like searchers. And I was really in a dark place. I knew something was going to come in because I let go of so much. I let go of the things that were holding me back. I was ready to go to that next level. And I think the universe was kind of like, okay, you've proved this now. But I was desperately in a bad way. And Alison and I had been speaking because we were going to go and work and live in Belize together and work building an eco village, planting fruit trees, making something sustainable for the world. We're very interested in regenerative farming and sustainability solutions. And she was like, have you heard of Purium before? And I was like, no, what is this? She was like, well, girl, I've been on this for a while now, and you have no idea what this has done for me. She'll go into this, but she told me what's been happening for her, how this had changed her life. And I was like, how have I not found this before? Like, I have been searching for so long, but it finds you when you're ready. Truly, when you are ready to receive it, it is there. And it is literally solved most of the problems in my life. It started with my health. I was on the program, the 30-day introduction, just the reset. I was on day 3 and I woke up. Everything was different. I went from not wanting to even wake up in the morning, and from really bad PTSD, night terrors, terrible, terrible things, to just calm and like this joy and this inner knowing that everything was going to be okay. And I was like, what on earth is this? I had no idea food could do this. It works with the gut. We have Biomedic, the only product in the world that's clinically proven to remove glyphosate from the gut. My serotonin for the first time was flowing. My gut, I had leaky gut, so I was malnourished. I couldn't absorb food. I was on medications. Suddenly, I was absorbing all this nutrition. I was feeling high. Juan will speak more to this. Like, he's calling me like, I'm high. You feel amazing because we're putting living energy into our body, cellular energy. Day 10, I just went, I'm not going to take my medication anymore. And I haven't taken it a day since. That was 2.5 years ago. It's like creating a new body, a new person, by regenerating the gut, putting in all these things that our body doesn't get access to anymore. And that was just the beginning. Then I was obsessed. I was like, I'm sharing this with everyone. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that people don't know about this yet. So I started sharing, and now this is my full-time work. I've been traveling the world for 2.5 years, sharing about this, just sharing my story. That's all I do. I share my story. I find people who need access to organic food, and I help them, and I help people build empires, health empires, if they want that. And so it's not only saved my health, it connected me to my community, my people who I needed so badly. It's helped me build a business of my own, heal from codependency, allowed me to be free. I work from my laptop and I just travel the world with my superfoods. So they're my constant. No matter where I am or what's going on, I have my food with me. And that's like my mental health insurance to me. Like it keeps me good. And just to live a life of service and a life of complete joy has been a complete 360 from the me of 2.5 years ago. And I have this woman to thank. Alison, we pay this forward. Someone comes to us and offers us, it's care for intention, like something's going on with you, let me help you. And I passed this on to now many, many other people, but Alison was the one who saw something in me when I didn't see anything in myself and knew that this would help me. So I'd love to pass it to my beautiful sister, soul sister, Alison, who I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for her. So I'll open the floor to you, my love.
Thank you so much, Alice. And yes, thank you, Juan. I loved hearing your story of drinking 4 packages of Power Shake in a week. That is a record, and I love it. Yeah, I just love hearing these stories every single time I hear Alice's story. It reminds me, like, just so much why we do what we do. But for me, this came into my life over 4 years ago. I also was at a low time in my life when this came in, but I was already on a healing journey. And so, yeah, like Alice and Juan, I had already experimented with a lot of modalities. I was, already plant-based. I was really into nutrition, but I really was there was a missing piece, and that is the gut health. And that is the glyphosate, because I didn't even know that word existed before this came into my life. And so I didn't know what to expect when I started this. I went into it really, my friend Taz had recommended it to me because she saw what I was dealing with. And I was open enough to just try it. And she said, really, there's no risk, like just try it yourself and experience it. And so, yeah, within a few days of doing this program, this green juice, which I drink about 2 of these a day at least, I felt it right away. I just felt right away this energy, this vibration to the food. As Juan was talking about, just like, it really just gave me this incredible energy I hadn't experienced. I was also, by the way, on 5 medications when I started. So I left that part out. I was on medication for mental health. I had been diagnosed with bipolar, depression, anxiety, insomnia, learning disabilities. And I was really, I had tried to get off my medications, even on a raw fruit diet. Like I was like really living, doing these amazing protocols, like with celery juice every morning and all of these things. But it was, I couldn't get off of these medications for my mental health. And as a mother of 2 kids, my mental health was the most important thing to me, or my health. And so until I got on into this program, it wasn't even like I tried to get off my medication. It was just like I stopped needing it. And I intuitively I didn't talk to my doctor. I just stopped taking it. And I have not looked back in 4 years. I now share it. My husband did it as well when he saw my results, and he lost his asthma and his allergies and 30 pounds and is just like in the best shape of his life. My kids are on it because this is all food. It's all amazing for kids. I love that it's all eco-friendly. It's all in home compostable packaging, and that it's just so clean and easy. And we've been traveling so much now with these, this new lifestyle. We both of us don't have to work anymore. My husband and I are, we get to homeschool our children together, which is such a gift. And we have been able to, like Alice said, like have your health insurance with you. So that's my constant in my life, is just having these, this structure that every single day I am going to start my day with green juice and feel amazing. And we're going to go into what the products are, but it's just so easy. And I think that's the key, is how, what Juan was doing. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people in reality, they can't juice every day, and they can't get or access to organic produce every day. And so what I love is that this makes it accessible for everyone to have this lifestyle. So maybe we can just pull up the actual protocol so we can take a look at what it is.
Thank you, Alison. Absolutely. It's magical. So for people who are raw vegan and people who are currently on the standard, the standard American diet, this fits for everyone because it's just organic food. And that's why I love it. Alison makes the most delicious food using these superfoods for her children and me when I'm visiting, which is really amazing. But there are so many benefits to living this kind of lifestyle, including things like digestion, balanced hormones, amazing skin. These are things that we've all found over the time that we've been doing this. Optimizing the bodily functions, because we're putting in what the body actually needs instead of what we're given as the masses. Like, that's not food. 1% of food now isn't toxic to human health. So we're very proudly in that 1%. Increase stamina. You can lose weight if you want. Detoxify, enhance your sleep, reduce your carbon footprint, because we're farm to family, we're home compostable packaging, and we help form healthy habits. And there's so much support here. When you join our community, we are people over profit. This is all about how we can help our fellow human, because before I found this, I didn't know that there was anything this clean for human consumption. I wasn't aware, but we are purity tested 36 times from seed to farm until it's in the facility ready to be shipped to your house for every known contaminant, including glyphosate. So this is my insurance. I rest easy knowing everything I eat now is pure for human health. So there's so much to it. And I love this because Alison's husband is on the far left. Maybe Alison, you want to speak to the transformations?
Oh, yes. Well, see, my husband, he had so much inflammation. You could see it in his chest. And that was why he had asthma and allergies and all of these things. And so with this, he was not changing anything else, by the way, like just adding this into his life, because people say, oh, he was working out the same amount. Okay. It's just that the results showed better. And he was able to easily transform. You see it time and time again. People who have tried everything, they come onto this and they're like, what? Where's this been all my life?
So good. So, transformations don't always have to be physical. They can be internal, because this works with the cells. So many people just talk about uplifted mood. You can see it in people's eyes. It's an energy. But a lot of people that do start this do want to lose some excess weight. So this is the perfect way. It's high nutrient, low calorie food, as nature intended. And these are what come. Most people start with a pack called the 30-day Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. It's a 30-day full body immersion reset with superfoods. This is a lifestyle though. So we continue like we've been doing, Alice and I have been doing it for several years. This is something that's our non-negotiable. This is our food insurance. I'm in Mexico, and the food here even isn't what I thought it would be. So finding organic isn't that easy. This is why I have Purium everywhere I go, because it's 2 years shelf stable, raw, dehydrated. But the first portion is building with our Super Amino 23. It's pre-digested vegan protein. So you can do this even if you're fasting, straight into the bloodstream, doesn't go through the body, and it's 99% bioavailable, which means all of it is used in the body. There's no byproduct. It was invented by an Italian doctor to help coma patients maintain muscle mass while they're sleeping. So that's the power of our Super Amino 23. So whether you're an athlete or whether you're not, you're going to build or maintain muscle mass, which is absolutely astounding. It helps with mental acuity too. Anyone who suffers with like stress or mental health days, pop some extra aminos. They really are a game changer. And I know Juan naturally wanted to speak about his favorite product, so I'll open it up to him.
Yeah. Am I on? So what powerful about how her husband was working out the same amount and was looking way different. And I thought that was really interesting because I do landscaping, and a lot of my coworkers work out like hard labor all day just like me, and they don't look anything like me at all. You can't see the work that they're putting in on their body. And so nutrition is so important. The Power Shake, I ordered it, I started drinking them, I went through 4 in a week, and I realized, like, as a raw vegan, I don't eat enough greens. I can't. It takes I can't juice as much as I need because I push my body so hard every day that the amount of greens that I need to consume is too time consuming for me to eat or put into a juicer, and sourcing them from the correct source is next to impossible. So the Power Shake is my Lord and Savior. It is the golden blood of the gods. I can just put it in my shaker, shake it up, and drink it. And it has 15 servings per pack. Each serving is actually equivalent to the nutrition of 6 microgreen salads. So I had 60 servings this week. So that would be 360 microgreen salads of nutrition in my blood this week. That is ridiculous. You cannot eat that. You can barely find a farmer that will sell you that. So if you're a professional athlete, if you're an elite level athlete, think about the gorillas. They're just eating leaves all day. We're humans. We're more evolved. We have to think of smarter solutions. And this is one of the most genius solutions I have ever found to the modern dilemma of wanting to work full time and live a lifestyle that involves enjoying the modern spoils of life, like traveling and working, but still getting the nutrition that your body needs without having to pick leaves in the jungle for 8 hours a day. So I love the Power Shake. It's needed. It is the golden elixir of the gods. And if you want to feel like a god, if you want to perform at your peak, you need to be drinking the Power Shake.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I couldn't agree more with you about that. It's just like, it feels like food of the gods. It's like ascension fuel, I call it. It's just once you start drinking it, you will start to ascend to new levels. And then one thing that's so important is it's not always what we're eating, but it's what we're absorbing. And so I want to talk a little bit about the biomedic, because that is our gut health. And until so many people, they're eating all the right foods, they're eating everything right, and they still don't feel good. I'm sure, Juan, you've heard it so much, like people who say they can't go vegan because they don't feel good, or they can't eat a clean because
I've heard people who are in the hospital because they went raw vegan and then they almost died. I've heard everything.
yeah,
And I believe it. I never argue with people when they say that, because I know the food supply is so tampered with, and the knowledge people have, it needs to be done right. Yeah, it needs to be done right. Some people don't know what to eat. Some people get confused. So every time I hear I almost died as a raw vegan, I'm like, yeah, it happens.
well,
I
it's
believe it.
Yeah, and it's to no fault. Like 100 years ago, it would have been easy, but now with all the like you said, the soil depletion and the chemicals in the food that take away the nutrients, it's just impossible. Like it, we don't have the supply in our, like, it's just yeah. So this makes it so that what I love about the Biomedic is like a filter for our food. So we eat Biomedic every day. It's 2 capsules. We have every morning, and it literally, it is clinically proven to remove 75% in 6 weeks without doing anything else. If you just have Biomedic, you will be removing 75% of the glyphosate in our body, because it chelates to it binds to the glyphosate and flushes it out. And it is also, our gut is our mental health. And so that's the reason why I was able to get off of my medications, because gut health is 100% mental health. It is all where our serotonin is created. And it's also our immune system. It's also our hormones. It's everything, when I had eczema, like, I was trying everything to get rid of it. And until I did this gut repair, I had never totally gotten rid of my eczema. So this is what I owe my life to Biomedic, which is a huge part of, this lifestyle, is we maintain our optimal gut health so that we can absorb all of those amazing nutrients that we're getting. And then Alice, can I go on to talk about Apothecary?
Of course, my love.
Okay. All right. I love Apothecary so much because as a mom of 2 kids, I just want to say, like, night times used to be a struggle. And also for my own sleep, I was total insomniac. I was addicted to sleeping pills, and I never thought I could get off of them. And so actually this is like just a godsend. It came into our life, and I never thought something, natural could work this well. But tart cherry, it's just 100% organic tart cherry, has so many benefits. And one of them being that it promotes our own production of melatonin. So it actually encourages our own body to produce this hormone, and it also calms the nervous system. So anyone who has anxiety at night, which I did, this really calms the nervous system, and it's also very anti-inflammatory. So I even have, I know, people who have arthritis or inflammation, this is incredible for, and also it's antioxidant and really high vitamin C. So it just is like an amazing restorative thing that you incorporate every single evening. Your whole family can have it, and you wake up feeling so well rested.
It is the game changer. It has been for me, for my dreams as well. I love to make dream journaling now because they are so vivid. It really does change stuff when you have that deep REM sleep. So thank you, Al. And then, finally, a really important aspect of when we start with this lifestyle is killing parasites in the body. People, I know it's not a topic people like to talk about, but it's real. And no matter what diet you're on, you have parasites in your body. It's just part of life. We need, some are fine, but there's a lot that we really don't want in there because they have a huge hand in controlling our emotions, our mood, and our cravings. And what parasites do is when we eat good food, they get all the nutrition from that food. That's why we're constantly hungry. We're overfed and undernourished as a race. Not only is our food already devoid of nutrition, but when we're eating it, the parasites are taking all the nutrition away anyway. So it's really important that we rid the body of entities. Super Cleanser is incredible. It's just a collection of Ayurvedic herbs that have been raw dehydrated in a little capsule, and you take it for just 10 days. And then you have a 10-day break, and then you take it for another 10-day cycle to kill the eggs. It kills the adults in the eggs. Really, really important. And we see so much change. People with food addiction problems, or irritability, anger, sadness even, they report feeling so much better. This had a huge part. I had a terrible emotional eating problem before this. And now I have complete control over what I put in my body. Nothing else controls it except my body's desire to get something to fuel it. So it really is amazing for addiction problems, people suffering with any kind of emotional problems like that. This just helps get the body back into a rhythm of trusting itself. And with this, like, this isn't a deprivation system. Purium is absolutely wonderful. It gives us everything the body needs through this food. So anything else you eat is supplement to these foods, which I love. When I have all my foods in the day, I'm like, great, I'm covered. Now I'm going to enjoy food. We want people to enjoy food. So when we're on this lifestyle, at least for the first 30 days, we say go organic, no processed. And we have a list of all these incredible things that we recommend that you eat alongside the initial introduction. So different options for flex foods, which are things you can eat throughout the day, and then lifestyle meals. But just, you know, keep it, this meets you where you're at. If you're unable to do this, if this is too much of a stretch, just add the Purium into what you're already doing. You're going to see benefits, but this is just to optimize results. This is what we recommend. So for me, this was easy. And there are different scheduling options. There are 3 scheduling options. And the first one, it's very simple. You're replacing 2 meals a day with Purium. You're going to have 1 meal a day, what you desire. And then you have your apothecary before bed. So it's very easily laid out. But if you want to discuss more about the different scheduling options, then please reach out to whoever brought you on this call, because there's something for everyone. And this is literally for anyone from anywhere of any diet choice. This is not discriminate. This is just organic food. And then the 3 packs, maybe Alison, you'd like to start with the immune pack.
Yes, well, the immune pack is like my normal, everything. Okay. So Jasmine's asking, what can we take while pregnant? Everything except for the Cleanse R is recommended for pregnancy. It's all the best. I wish I had taken this while I was pregnant. I at least got to take it while I was still breastfeeding. But yeah, this is amazing for people who are even, you know, having trouble getting pregnant. This helps them. And especially when our gut is healthy, everything is better. So, and all this nutrition goes to the baby. So I take the immune pack as the reg because it's got the zinc. So it's everything that we already discussed, except one extra thing is the zinc, which is a multivitamin, all organic. Everyone should be having this in their, you know, routine. It's got vitamin A, C, D, and E, and it's all whole food. So none of it is synthetic. You will never find ascorbic acid or any of these synthetic lab-made vitamins in any of our products. Everything is from food. So our body absorbs it so much better. And yes, absolutely. It's even safe for kids. I have my kids on all of it. So that's my favorite. Yeah.
Thank you, Dolly. I know you love that one. And then obviously there's the standard, the original ULT kit. So that's everything that we just went over before. Most people start their journey with a minimum of that and then adding in what they want. So for things like pregnancy, we have an incredible barley green juice, which has been proven to increase milk production. Biomedics so important because, like I said before, 100% of children now are being born with glyphosate in their bodies because it's in 100% of umbilical cords. So detoxing that out of your body is super important in this day and age. So this is certainly incredible for any stage. And then the pack that I'm currently on every month is the ULT Plus Performance because I like to work out. I want to cleanse, heal my body, fuel my body in a way, but then I like lifting weights. So I have all of the athletic products in the Plus Performance, which, by the way, the best in the world, just all from 100% organic food. Pre-workout, we've got our MVP Sport that I have when I work out straight after, just to refuel my body, and then everything for repair and rehydration, electrolytes, so that you can go again just as hard the next day without the long recovery time. So it's been a game changer for athletes and just regular people alike who want to up their level of fitness while taking all of the stuff out of their body and rebuilding the cells, healing the cells up. And now I'm going to hand it back to Juan.
Yeah, so thank you everyone for coming. I really appreciate you all. And I just want to speak on the fact that, yeah, Purium is not about deprivation. It is an abundant It's an abundance way of thinking. It's a way to get more nutrition in your body than you ever have before in your entire life. So you can finally feel at peace, and you can finally feel at your peak. You can finally push through your day with the level of energy that you need to succeed. And I'll tell you what, that was beautiful when it was mentioned that it's almost like everything else you eat to it is supplementary. As a 100% raw vegan myself, I just eat raw fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds. When I was drinking all these power shakes, it was because it felt like it was the best source of what I had that I could so easily find, because the consciousness that this company grows their food with is a level of consciousness that is, you can really, your body can sense, your cells can sense the love that was put into the food, the intention that was put into the soil, and the care that went through processing these foods so that you can enjoy them. And when I eat anything from the grocery store, I your body can pick up on whatever vibe it was grown with. If it was grown for profit, if it was grown for whatever reason, your body knows. And so I would just eat so much Purium and I would just love it. I would feel so high, so elevated. And everything else I ate was optional. It's not like I had to go to the store and get all this food every day to have energy. It was like, oh, I could eat some sprouted almonds. I could eat a few avocados. It wasn't like that feeling when you're just eating a normal diet and you're like, I'm starving, I have to eat. If I don't eat anything, I'm going to pass out. That feeling goes away when you start putting real nutrition into your body and flooding it with what it needs on a consistent basis. So I just wanted to end on that note. And I just wanted to thank everyone for showing up. And I really appreciate all of you. And I hope everyone here gets the opportunity to experience health and wellness through any means possible. And Purium is a great boat to deliver you to that state. One of the best boats I have found so far. So I love you guys and thank you for your time.